Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to try to catch up on all of the other toy news that's been going on this past week while I have been gone off in Germany covering Spielwarenmesse. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, even when we need to push it to Monday, because the time I was leaving to go to the airport was 4 a.m. Germany time, which was actually about when we would 9 p.m. Eastern. I've been awake for 24 hours, John. So tonight might be a little bit loopy, but John, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's good to have you back.
Good to be back. I feel like I'm losing my voice, so I've been like awake too long. But so my voice goes during the show. I apologize, but John, I felt like we couldn't let the week go without at least touching upon all of the other toy news this week, right?
Yeah, it's weird. We went when Craig hosted. There was very little toy news.
Yeah, nothing.
And then all of a sudden, it was like a week full.
Yes,
like crazy.
But again, thanks to Craig for filling in for me last week while I was flying to Germany.
Yep.
Last time, and I think Dole was a part of that as well. But John, it's been a while since you and I mean, I guess we did too while I was in Germany, but because you were off the week before. Now we're back, but really next Sunday will be the true return to the normally scheduled programming. There's not a chance in hell I can do After Dark tonight. This is like gonna probably be a bit after darkness, dark-ish, just because again I'm like half. I don't even know how I'm awake and functioning right now, but it's like a marathon podcast or something. It's
almost like when our episode when you had a root canal, and then you were on painkillers and drinking.
That's right. I forgot about that. That was a fun episode. Chat is hopping even on a Monday night. So let's say hello to as many as I can get in here. We got Tony Taylor, Hungwin, Brick Something, Robert, Joey Carell, Justin Moore, and Retro Action UK. Spectre Vid. I don't know if I want to talk about it. Matt Cloud, Rick Shattered Glass is here. Pop Actor. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. My German got a smidge better, but you know they didn't help me. They spoke English so well there, like I didn't really have to learn. Just had to learn how to read German signs and directions. That was about it. Let's see: Greg Needham, Troy Dita, Ian J, Sasuke Killer. Who else we got? Jeff Morris here. Star Trek figures, always excited for new Star Trek figures. Derek Hoover, Phineas Bogg is here, Masterville Toy Hunters here, Prexual ELU Black, Nolan Payne's Toy Samples, Lab Rat Charlie Weaver. Oh, that's right. For people that have been in 6-month members of the GDL family, get a new 6-month badge, which is pretty cool. Toy Geekosaurus. Angry Elf, let's not start with the toy. Yeah, exactly. We're not going to start with the Toy Guru. Maybe we'll end with the Toy Guru. Mr. Home Arcade. Newly minted patron producer level. So thank you for that. I believe he got the Frogmonger as well. Did a video review of that. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Toy Art and Gray Fox. So many more. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. We have a couple of super chats as well. I don't want to miss them. We got Smitty here with a $2 super chat. And one Motu question. Was Slamurai there? I don't think so. Where is... there was... Oh, Masterful Toy Editor. A $1 New Zealand. Do they call them dollars in New Zealand? Is it pound?
I don't know.
Muscloids, I feel like we gotta check on those, right, John? The Muscloids, let's not forget those. And then a $5 super chat from Red Foreman. Bad news, Jay Scott said all the new Motu toys you saw were an illusion, and Motu is still canceled. Oh my god. Yeah, I got a bunch of messages once that video dropped, and whatever. It's at this point, It's like Venkman in the mayor's office in Ghostbusters one. If nothing happens, we go to jail peacefully, quietly. We'll enjoy it. I'm right. It is what it is. Either believe it or not, and then it's really a short amount of time before time will tell.
Right.
Riley Bob 1 day away from 6-month badge. Well, listen, a lot of people will probably get their 6-month badges soon. Anyways, Germany was canceled. New Zealand is dollars. Thank you for that, Daniel Baumforth. Okay, John, a lot of different things dropped. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's do the McFarlane Nolan Batverse.
Yeah. Okay, so we saw like that in-hand sample a couple weeks ago. You know, and the cape looked kind of silly.
Yep.
But in this like press picture here, it looks like the goddamn movie poster. Like that. Again, I get it's a press picture, but we've seen McFarlane press pictures still look like crap. This looks epic. This looks so good.
It does look good. But the problem is it's all the magic of photography. And we know that the cape is probably gonna suck. So it's
that weird
it's just, the cape is just propped up back there. It's not that nice.
It's telling us what we need to do is just take it, pull it up, and then cut it off.
Which is it's a shame. I'm so excited for these figures now. Like I'm more excited for like these figures than anything McFarlane has done with Batman yet.
Yeah. It looks so, I agree. It looks so spot on. Yes, no Dark Knight, Catwoman, or Selena Kyle. Hey, give it time, Dole. Give it time. But it is McFarlane. But I feel like a Anne Hathaway Catwoman would sell.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, no, the Batman looks fantastic. Even though, yeah, you're right, the cape's gonna look bad. That's why they push it off away so you can't see it all that much. Jeremy Cole just became a GDL family member. Welcome to the GDL family.
I got family.
You got family with the GDL family. But yeah, this the Bale Bats looks fantastic. Next up is the Two-Face. Looks a little less Aaron Eckhart more kind of like a caricature of Aaron Eckhart, but still looks pretty good. John, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's good for what it is. It's going to be, the next version, the next best version of this. We've gotten the Mattel ones. It's not a great Aaron Eckhart, if at all.
Yeah,
maybe they couldn't get the likeness for him, so they just because it's only half his face. Can we just do? And that doesn't even look like Two-Face. That looks like 1/3 face is Aaron Eckhart. It looks like the acid destroyed portion is a little bit more to one side. But he does look like he's got that severe diaper problem. And that's the problem with doing like any sort of normal pants. That's not like a superhero suit or anything that's like a leotard. Like when it's just trousers.
Yeah.
It's so bad with McFarlane figures.
Yep. Just don't look at the crotch, Maybe that's the policy here with McFarlane toys.
But I'm still excited for it. I'm still in.
But and it's the same with the Joker. I think the Joker looks really good, but the diaper problem there is present there, to your point, with the kind of more normal cut pants. But yeah, his face looks like, there was it the Golden Globes or something? There's a lot of like extra chemical peels and maybe some fillers and a little like poor Ben Affleck at the Grammys. Did you see all the memes of his face?
I did not.
Oh, well, anyways, he didn't smile. He looked miserable the whole time. I think it's maybe he just got some Botox and he couldn't smile yet. But it looks like Aaron Eckhart with maybe some like cheek fillers or something.
Yeah. And maybe it's just maybe the sculpt is there. Maybe it does exist underneath all of that.
Okay. So that's your Two-Face. Then we've got a Scarecrow. Which, how often was he wearing the full? I feel like the Mattel line did this too, where they only gave us this full garb one. It was really, I always felt he just had like the mask on. How often was he wearing the full suit in Batman Begins?
I don't think he did. That was more of the I don't call it like the nightmare sequence, but like the toxin sequence.
Yeah.
Like when Bruce seen him as that.
Yeah.
Like I think that was the only reference to him in like the potato sack outfit rather than just the hood, because he was in like his suit.
Yep.
Like Jonathan Crane was just in his suit with the hood on. And I kind of would prefer that over this, because this just kind of reminds me of like the Arkham game version, where anytime you seen him was always like in the toxin sequences.
Yep. Yeah, and again, I feel like the Mattel line did this too, right? Like it was the full garb, like he had the full, or maybe the kitty line had that where it was full on garb. I was like, hey, he doesn't look like that.
Yeah, I think like the kitty line had this, and then the Movie Masters had like the suit with the hood. But I think that was like a chase figure. I don't think that was easy to find.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. I need to watch it again. I guess beginning of Dark Knight. Well, there you go. Maybe beginning of Dark Knight. But yeah, it just maybe the point, the moral of this story is you need to go rewatch Batman Begins. Or beginning of the Dark Knight. I have a suit again. Whatever. Pop Actor, we already said this. We'll talk about Muscloids later. But yeah, still cool if you want it. One of the big ones here, the Joker, Heath Ledger Joker, some big old diaperness going on. But other than that, looks pretty solid. John, what was your thoughts here? He's got a bulge, man.
The purple depends. I know, it's like it's teetering on a Hot Toys Chris O'Donnell Robin.
Well, it's Throbbing Robin. What would be the Poker Joker?
Poker Joker. It's still, it looks good.
The face sculpt, like everything looks good. It's just, and again, maybe it's just the way this picture is, but it looks really good. It's just the weird diaper thing.
Yeah, I think the lack of lighting from his waist down is on the purple is what's hurting it.
Yeah, vertical lines as well makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean the face sculpt, at least looks better than the Mattel versions.
Yep. Yeah. Face sculpt looks great. Oh no, is this Joker? Yeah, I've had to change my fair share of loaded diapers. That's a loaded diaper. You just why so pamper?
It is getting after dark.
It is. It's just, again, I'm sorry. Been awake for 24 hours straight. Flew from Germany to Paris to RDU airport. Another $5 super chat from Red. You have to ask yourself, Batman, in what direction will my eyes be pointing? Straight ahead? We both know I don't go where I'm supposed to. Yeah, I guess his eyes are looking like, again, he's not doing side eyes. Look, and maybe that's why this head sculpt looks so much better. Because he's kind of looking straight ahead.
The biggest judge will be when we get Batman, because that first promo shot, that in hand,
his eyes looked wonky.
His eyes were weird. They weren't even side eye. They were just, I think they were just two different directions.
Yep. Lots of like here. Diapers bad, and hopefully final judgment will be bestowed whenever we have this one in hand. And then let's see. Oh, I'll tell you what, John. This do you feel in control? It looks really good. And I'm not seeing too much diaper here, but it's kind of more just it's maybe a swear shot. But John, thoughts on this Bane?
It's a good looking Bane. it's probably outside of the Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best Bane to buy, or might
Yeah.
end up being the best Bane. But I mean, you got to build him, but
To
still.
build a figure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, McFarlane Build-A-Figures, I feel like are easy if you find, because usually it's the wave, they just throw it out there and
Mm-hmm.
you just buy a wave. It's not like having to run down 10 different stores to get all the pieces to put one together, right?
Right.
Usually. Again, I haven't done that many build or whatevers, but I just, in my experience, McFarlane's been one of the easier ones to do. And I like it if he's hulking, but again, Bane in The Dark Knight Rises isn't that much bigger than all the other figures, right? It's just kind of slightly bigger.
Yeah, he's not a giant person in the movie. It's not like Comic Bane.
Yeah.
It's they couldn't go that over the top. But it looks good,
Yeah. People have somebody just mentioned a lot of pins though. I thought he did go to pinless. Maybe this was like before he went to pinless.
Did he go pinless?
I thought he had some that were pinless. Or maybe I missed that. Maybe he's still just not pinless.
But regardless,
yeah,
I might wait for this set, even after it's kind of come and done its thing.
Yeah,
because McFarlane has a major habit now of doing the box sets. Where he puts it in like that big box and he sells them on his website for like $25, $50 less than what you would have paid.
Yep.
If you did buy it at retail, each one.
Yep.
He hadn't done it with the Dark Knight Rises set, but he did it with the Suicide Squad and the Batman Beyond waves. And I think the Suicide Squad set ended up going down to like $60.
Yeah. Yep. That's a really good point. And if you're gonna do, I mean, this is kind of prime for it, right? Like, to your point.
Yeah. I think they just didn't do it with the Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight Returns wave because of the horse was just bigger, to put all that stuff in the box.
Yep. I agree with Jeff here. I don't mind pins as long as they're not obvious. I'm not pinless or else, I just want them to work and not break when I move them.
Exactly.
The D&D figures, hey, they're pinless, but damn, those things can't bend to save their life or articulate to save their life. So there's one other chat I want to plug in here. Oh, did I miss it? It was something to the effect of, oh, here we go. You merely adopted the diaper. I was born in it. But yeah. Alpha Magnus says, as a customizer, I can't stand pinless.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Can't boil and pop your pieces apart.
Yep, exactly. Slave Delea, would you like another company to get the DC license? And if so, which company? This is the last year, unless it gets renewed, right? That McFarlane has DC.
Mm-hmm. Or
I thought 23 is the last year.
I thought that was the initial year, like the first when he first got it, and it was going to 23. But I thought it was renewed to 25. Well, I could be wrong.
I don't follow McFarlane as well as I should, unless it's superpowers. Then I got to promote it as much as possible.
I don't think I would want another company right now.
Yeah,
only because, I mean, McFarlane has had it since 2020.
Yeah.
So he's still like, I don't want to say him alone because there's a team doing these figures. But they're still kind of getting their feet wet with designs and everything, but also what they're doing is keeping the prices down. So like not going pinless, not going extreme articulation, because some of the articulation on McFarlane figures is still kind of terrible. But it also reflects on the the sculpt.
Yep.
But you can still pick up McFarlane figures, which are super detailed, for $20. Like if these figures went to another company, even at the articulation that they have, they would probably be $30 because McFarlane's a private company.
Yep.
I don't think I would want anybody else to do them right now.
Yeah. I think the only thing for me is I wish there was a 6-inch scale line. 7 inches is just a bit too much.
That's what she said.
But you know, it's one of those things where I wish Spin Master, not Jazzwares, maybe took it a little more seriously than little, 4-inch figures. It's like it's there's no in between. And Spin Masters is super kiddie.
Yep.
And McFarlane is, I don't want to say super adult, but just I feel like we're just saying completely opposite sides, and it's not nailed on either one. But it's still, to your point, John, I don't know who could do it better than McFarlane right now.
Right.
Jada Toys, sure, but what other adult collector toy line are they killing right now? Jazz Masters has done a great job with AEW figures, so I feel like there's a precedent there for them.
You know what company I want to see what they can do because of what they've put out lately?
Yeah.
Is Leonard, because the Predator figures for $10 are awesome.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. It's a really good point. Just more from them in general for anything.
Yeah.
But Jazz Masters I think is a dark horse that would be cool, just because they have 2 really good toy lines right now. And one, I don't collect AEW. It's AEW, right? AWE.
Yep. AEW.
That I don't collect. But the Micro Galaxy Star Wars sets are great. So I wouldn't mind that at all. But yeah, Leonard, the Predators are fantastic. Cora, totally agree. And Spin Master is just they're just too kiddie. And I like kid lines too. But that just doesn't, like, even my own kids don't like playing with those. It's kind of like trying to still be what is that damn toy?
Like Imaginext.
Thank you. So yeah. Jazzwares need less costly plastic. Again, I haven't bought any of the AEW. I just know they look good on the shelf, and I know people really dig them. Jazz Masters was a joke for Jazzwares and Spin Masters. Damn it. See, I'm tired. Thanks, Mike. That's what I meant. Jazzwares. Anyway.
That's all right. You get a pass.
It is like Imaginext with more articulation, but just like, we need Spinwares. We just need them to merge. And then
Spinwares, Jazz Masters.
Spinwares. And there is something to Hasbro, but then it's like, okay, then you need to give up Marvel, and Marvel Legends is such a lineage, it's such a history that, I mean, it'd be cool to have DC and Marvel under one roof again, but that hasn't happened since forever,
Yeah.
It
would be a perfect storm though, because then they can finally do amalgam figures. We can get a Dark Claw, a proper Dark Claw.
Good point. Bobby Val is a huge DC guy, but the Action Force is a smaller line. It's more of a boutique toy line. It doesn't have the retail presence that McFarlane does. Even though McFarlane's a smaller toy company, I think you could say, Valaverse is smaller, is like much smaller than that. But again, I don't know the inner workings, so maybe they're big enough to pull that off. Mego, I gotta say, I budgets are tight, but I've seen the re-releases of the Batman and Robin and stuff at Walmart. Yeah. Those look like a lot of fun.
They do. I don't want to spend that much on them.
Exactly. I found a Robin. I was like, "Ooh, I need this Robin," and then I did this scan on the price at Walmart, and it was like $25 or whatever. I was like, "Ooh, put it back."
That's not a $25 Robin.
No. But if it was like $15, I would done that all day. Watch Super 7 get a DC license. Do we want that? Again, John, I think, John, you have the right point. Like, they're plentiful. They're not too hard to find. They're reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm.
Is it perfect? No. He's robbing you. Oh, my God. I will say, though, I'm excited for what's to come for DC. And I know Ralph is here. I'll be talking screens, but did you see the rundown? All this stuff like coming down the pipeline. Looks fun
for the DC plan. James Gunn's DC plan. Yeah. I think it's a well planned out slate.
Yeah. I think he's again. I get that being upset that Henry Cavill's gone or whatever. I get that, but he's proven himself. Like the second Suicide Squad is so good, and then Peacemaker. Ugh. Like one of my favorite TV shows in the past 5 years.
The only thing I'm disappointed in is that we have to wait for Swamp Thing, the last portion of whatever phase 1 is.
I know.
Like, can I get that?
Yeah.
Now I really want a James Gunn Swamp Thing now.
I think there was a great. I think it was Dan Larson tweeted it. He was just like, "Hey, excited for this 10-year plan. Other than it like." 10 years to us now it hits a lot. It'll go by quicker, but we're gonna be like pushing 50 by the time,
right? Because like when Iron Man Part 1 came out, like there was no super plan, like that they showed the public anyway.
Sure,
it was like we'll just see how this does.
There was the post credit trailer or post trailer credit,
and then like if they showed us. Like from that point on, like all the way through, Endgame, and then it's like, oh my God, like we can't wait that long. Why'd you even show us?
Yeah,
and it's like James Gunn, why'd you even show us?
But still, excited for it. Yeah, agree. Thunderhouse saying Gunn's got a true appreciation for DC Comics. And to me proved that with like the Suicide Squad movie, right? You have Starro in there, it's like yeah, exactly. Iron Man 2008. It's also when The Dark Knight came out too.
Yeah. and we're finally getting figures. Yay.
Oh God. All right, John, there's your DCs, there's your Dark Knights. What should we do next?
Your choice. I picked DC. You go.
Let's go G.I. Joe. Because, John, G.I. Joe team threw down. Like hard. Star Wars team had the gall to try and do stuff the same day. And G.I. Joe team was like, no way, Jose. I think the first of it started like February 1st. We had Snow Job. Classic figure from the original line.
Yep.
And I think now I know there's been concerns. I haven't gotten or at least opened a classified figure recently. But I know I've seen people say, at least on my D&D video, that the latest G.I. Joe releases have had brittle joint syndrome similar to the D&D figures. I hope not that bad. That excluded from this conversation. They've proven that they've delivered on their renders for the most part. So given that context, John, what do you think of the renders here for Snow Job?
I mean, he looks great. I think it's weird to see a figure in so much white and washed out. Like I know like the vintage Snow Job is like that. So it's kind of strange to see it like this. Where it is kind of hard to see the details outside of just like a little bit of shading.
Yeah.
Where like I wish they kind of put it on a background that wasn't in that white section of the blue. Like if they made a red background or something else to make it shine a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think this looks great. Snow Job is like one of he's 1983, I think, from the vintage series. So my hope because they're releasing a winter snow themed figure on the Joe team. My hope is that they'll do a Snow Serpent Cobra figure. Like that is because everybody needs like their counterpart.
Yes.
So Snow Job, I'm kind of excited for. I'm more excited for the the hopes of a Snow Serpent.
Yeah. No, I agree. G.I. Joe especially, kind of have to have the yin and yang, but between the two. A lot of great comments here. Snow Job, like, again, it's a shame Kayla's not here tonight because a lot of Snow Job comments. But I like to hear from
Jason.
You
keep pronouncing it wrong.
Snow Job looks like Kurt Russell from The Thing, and I approve.
Right. Just got to put a little brown wash on his beard and his hair.
I wish she had his laser rifle though.
Yeah, we haven't gotten like that style laser rifle, have we? With any?
I don't know.
Or am I forgetting?
It's a great question. Maybe some in the chat knows. Alpha Magnus, they aren't brittle as much as ridiculous loose to the point they fall off. I guess would you rather have that than just breaking? I think so.
Yeah, because you can do the floor wax.
Yeah.
Trick or really anything just to help it.
New GDL family member Battle Armor Dad became a GDL family member. Hold on, I got you.
I got family.
You got family with the GDL family. Welcome. Yeah, Mecha Manblade, good point. There's so many accessories. It's bordering on deluxe.
Yep.
Yeah, this is packed with a lot.
Kind of like the Pursuit of Cobra Snow Job that came with like all that stuff. Plus, he came with like a kit, like a pan for cooking, like a camping kit, and tons of stuff.
Yep. Chaz the Guru, they are giving him brown straps and no laser guns so they can give it to us later as a retro. Thoughts on that, John?
Yeah, on point. Absolutely, they'll do a retro version, I imagine, with like the vintage style backpack where they just kind of his skis just clip on through the holes and his poles kind of just go through the edges there.
Yep.
But I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah. Hell yeah. He is a deluxe. I think they said that. It's kind of those things where like the retros, or at least at a couple Walmarts that are around me, that Baroness, which was a really expensive, hard to find figure. The retro one's pretty easy to find. Like it's not that hard. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And they canceled the retro line.
Same goes for that Lady J. You can get both versions of her for a nickel.
They just give those. I have 2 Lady J's that I'm trying to sell at the toy show. I can't even give away. But yeah. Homes and poles. Where's Kayla? Oh man. All right. Next up is Scrap Iron. Another great vintage figure, but damn, John, I love these blast effects. Looking awesome. The figure's looking great. But damn, his the treads and everything. It looks absolutely fantastic. I assume this will be another deluxe figure just because this is a heavy duty release here. But John, thoughts on the Scrap Iron render review?
Yeah, this looks awesome, and finally some more effects to add. I was never a big Scrap Iron fan with the vintage series. I don't know why. It's kind of like him and the next figure that's gonna come up. We're like Scrap Iron. I was just never like big on Scrap Iron.
Sure,
but
I liked his little rocket launcher thing. I was like, that's cool.
Right. But this figure is a chef's kiss. This is an awesome looking figure. It's kind of a surprise that I think, well, for me, it's a surprise that they're doing Scrap Iron right now. Because like it seems like there's some more not important, but maybe figures just on my list that I'd rather have higher up right now.
Yeah.
But it still looks awesome.
And again, I don't have a full list of everything, but Does it feel like Cobra's just way ahead of the Joe team? I just feel like we've gotten so many good Cobra stuff.
It does. And I think that's the biggest problem is there are so many great Cobras. Like the Alley Viper turned out awesome.
Yep.
Serpentor, Dr.
Amazing.
Mindbender.
Yep.
I mean, you can army build the heck out of bats, whether you want the normal version or the Python Patrol. Like Cobra is stacking their ranks. They look, every one of them.
Yep.
I don't think there's been like a really good Joe so far. Like, I don't think there's been a G.I. Joe figure that's like blown us away. Not for me anyway. Like everybody, like they all look good across the board.
Sure.
But Serpentor set a new bar. Looks incredible.
Yep.
There hasn't been that Joe yet that like is just amazing.
Like, does it almost, is that the toy line by design in a sense where just Cobra has the more outlandish and maybe inspired designs versus G.I. Joe, which is like the good guys they're a little too vanilla?
Yeah. I mean,
or is
the bad guys are always cooler. That's a fact,
right? But is there, and people are saying Spirit did look fantastic. That maybe is like the one Joe team that was like a slam dunk. But even that, like Spirit next to Serpentor or Dr. Mindbender or a long list of G.I. Joe or Cobra figures, like a Storm Shadow looked freaking awesome. Like there's, Outback looks good. Outback is awesome. Sergeant Slaughter's pretty good.
Okay, I don't have him yet.
Oh, you need Slaughter. He's back here. Oh wait, no, I moved him. No, here he is. Slaughter's so good. He's part of my right next to me display. He's got a little itty bitty Slaughter.
But because they made scrap iron, like, so now they have somebody that fires artillery. Like, somebody can fire missiles. So like his Joe counterpart should be Fast Draw, where he has like the backpack that launches the missiles.
Yep.
So if they do like a kick-ass Fast Draw, that's got to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Fast Draw? Am I thinking of the right character? It's Fast Draw, right?
We got the power of people.
I'm pretty sure it's Fast Draw.
G.I. Joe Fast Draw.
Yeah. Yep. Him.
Great color scheme.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I again, the figure looks great. Sculpting looks great. His face is like all scarred and crap like that. Blast effects. He looks fantastic. And I think someone said will look good with the his tank. This pairs very well with the his tank. And again, that's where it's just like Fast Draw. I know it's the counterpoint, but Fast Draw is kind of.
See, I don't think he's lame.
Really?
But yeah, because he's one I had when I was a kid.
Okay, all right. I don't want to dump on your childhood. I won't yuck your yum.
But I think on like the lame list, like if they did sneak peek before Fast Draw, then I'm done.
But yeah, let's do your Fast Draw. Let's get your Fast Draw. Okay. Steel Core 2-pack. Again, tons of like this is another deluxe set because it's a 2-pack. With the blast effects, male, female. I mean, look at that gun. That's sick. I'm not even really a gun guy. Look, it has like the smoking barrel thing.
Yeah,
like,
but the silencer.
Yeah. Like holy hell. John, thoughts on this 2-pack?
A lot of I think a lot of thought went into this.
Yeah.
For the Joe fans, like the gold head, which was I think, is it the last mail away version of Steel Brigade, where like the gold head version of the 3 3/4 inch figure is super expensive. So like the little Easter egg of throwing in a gold head version is awesome. I love that. Finally getting a jetpack jump.
Yep.
This, I mean, this is for me, the best multi-pack they've done. Like the Viper set is cool, but
it's kind of like it was like an alternate colorway, you know, it wasn't
right.
like the main
Yeah,
colorway.
it wasn't like the ninja set was okay. But this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is my favorite multi-pack so far.
Yeah, agreed. People saying it needs to be a selfie series, Buck. I mean, hell, if you've already had your selfie series head ready to go, just pop it on this guy, right? Or one of these.
Are they still doing selfie series?
I think so. I keep seeing like on my Instagram, keeps showing up in my feed. Like some random dude just like, do you want to have your face immortalized in an action figure?
This would be a good selfie series, Buck. This or like just a regular green team, or
Oh yeah. Yep.
But this is cool. I like the blast, like the blast off effects. If that's what you want to call it.
Rocket pack effects.
Yeah. But they need flight stands if they're going to have that.
Yes, agreed. Yep. I mean, I guess your standard figure flying stands will do.
And that, if you go all the way down to the bottom, like the blast effect second in from the right, like that multi one, where it's like stacked.
Yeah.
Isn't that from War Machine? I think they came with that deluxe pinless War Machine that came.
Yeah.
Or they might all be from War Machine.
Those Joey, those pew pew effects are dope. And exactly, the whole original Steel Brigade was the original selfie series.
It was. Yeah, you could do your own file card, do your own stats and everything. I remember filling it out and I never mailed it in like an idiot.
I don't think I ever mailed in a mail away except for the Kenner Stormtrooper Han. I think is the only one I ever did.
Oh, I got like 100 Spirit of Obi-Wans.
Everybody does. Like I feel like you just find those. It's there with the bin of leeches. John, this has been on your predictions lists for years.
Yep.
And finally, we got a render for it. Treble Bubble, Televiper and Treble Bubble sets. They closed out their reveals with this. John, this I just floor to you because you've been calling for this for years. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I was just waiting for this. I knew it was coming. The Treble Bubble is so iconic, featured in the intros. It's kind of like it was like when you were a kid, it was like that pocket size toy, like for vehicles, and it was so popular. But on the other side of that was the Televiper is probably the lamest of all Cobra figures. I'm sorry if you love Televiper, but he is the lamest Cobra figure.
Okay.
So packing him in with the Treble Bubble is smart because you want to sell a ton of Televipers, pack it in with an army building vehicle that everybody wants tons of. And I mean, at least they're giving us multiple heads. So if you buy 3, you can have 3 Televipers.
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't like Televipers. He's such a lame figure, but I will get 3 of these.
Okay, what's your beef? What's your beef with Televiper?
I don't know. It was just like I had him when I was a kid, and he's like the telecommunications officer for Cobra. And it's like, all right, so he just listens to people. Like that's all he's doing. He goes in and he just listens. Like that's it.
He's
like he's got a gun that's not a gun.
Yeah.
It was just
it's kind of like
I think I have a couple right here, like within my grasp. I do. I have one on my floor right now. It's a vintage Televiper.
But there is something to like, like when you play Green Army Men,
Mm-hmm.
and there was just like the one with like the phone. It's just like, what am I gonna do with this? I mean, at least the landmine guys who are trying to scope out landmines.
Right.
He's just
He's saving everybody before they hit the field.
Exactly. What's phone guy doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel that.
I don't know what they're talking about. I think they ordered a pizza.
But listen, vipers, eavesdroppers, crime. John Johnson, televipers are great for the Cobra surveillance port, though.
They are. That's where they belong. Surveilling.
Oh my god. Here we go. John Johnson, how is Televiper so lame, but Breaker is so awesome?
Well, I mean, Breaker was part of the original Green Team.
Okay, yeah. It's true. He's got that original wave.
But Breaker is a like a singular character. He has a person, like he is a name.
Yes.
Where Televiper, like how many Televipers does Cobra need? Like they should have just gave him. Yeah, they just need one.
Yeah. Yep. Just need one. But yeah, Trouble Bubble looks great. And I think you've made your case on why Televiper is. All right, John, where do you want to go next?
Should we check in with the Muscloids?
Let's do that. A lot of people are saying like, are you gonna talk about Muscloids? You talk about Muscloids? So let's do that. Let me was it
I think they're on BBTS on the homepage right now.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. They look good, John, but they spendy.
Yeah, they are very. Whoa! Oh, that's 12-inch.
It's 12-inch. But I mean, which figure should we look at first? Like, which one do you think's the coolest?
Geez, I don't even know their names. Who's that guy with like the wings on his head?
This guy?
Yeah.
Cyclone. Now, again, I get that these are probably, low print run figures or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the Motu style buck knockoffs are official.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just we pushing $60 for this. Does this fit into a more boutique? Not quite Safubi, but just can it live within that space where people will spend upwards of $60? Or will the people that are buying Origins for $15 be like, I don't need this?
I think this is going to be a little bit of both. Because, like, there is the people who collect Zolo World figures, which some of them are spendy, but I mean spendy by like $30, $40. Mm-hmm. This is filling that void of that 5.5-inch figure that doesn't have real articulation, just like a vintage Masters figure. Mm-hmm. Like this is the designer toy crowd, where I do think when these start showing up, these are the kind of things that are like a sleeper hit for like art toy collectors or designer toy collectors.
Yeah.
Where this could be that thing that turns into like, these are, $150 each on the secondary market because of a low print run. But any figure that does like less numbers, will go for, could be a $200 figure.
Yeah.
Where kind of like Glyos figures, that it's that same sort of window of art toy collectors, or it's a smaller margin of collectors, where a low print run, there's enough collectors to buy all of them.
Yeah.
And then other people get into it, and all of a sudden, one goes up for sale and everybody fights over it. And then it just drives the market. And I think that's what's going to happen with these.
Mm-hmm.
highly articulated. Don't be surprised if these go like crazy money eventually.
I mean, aren't these using Glios joints, or did I read that somewhere?
Is it these or is it what is it called? Why can't I think of it right now? Not Mutor. Ideal made that mountain play set.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I feel like I've seen anyway. But say, $2 super chat here from Grumpy Fish. These guys don't look like they play baseball. Maybe late 90s baseball. But John, like, so when you say the print low run is low enough to where they'll sell out and then secondary market prices could be really high.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that print run is for these? Like, say for each design, like how many do you think they're making?
Could be 500.
Really?
Or less. Yeah. Because they're all sharing parts. They just have different heads.
Yeah.
Manglores. That's what I was trying to think of. Manglores are using Glios.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if these are a low print run, because there's been other projects like this on Big Bad where there's like one person that's making these, they got the factory doing it. And, there's obviously like, there's no packaging photos.
Yeah.
This is a super like small company or just, starting out. Maybe they used to be a resin slinger or whatever. Yeah. And now they're doing this where they can share all the bodies, but just do the heads. So, the heads are the only thing that's different. There's a lot of projects like that end up exploding in popularity with 5.5 collectors.
Yeah.
That go for tons of money.
Yeah.
So at $55, like whoever's making these might just be breaking even right now to get their feet in the door as for production, because that's what they have to set it at just to make their minimum order quantity.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll wait and see. Too pricey for me. I'm just not the kind of guy for these. If it was cheap, sure. But it's just not gonna work for me. But if you do dig it, good for you. Mega J, Jay, how are you still functioning? I don't know. I don't even think I'm functioning right now. But always a welcome sight to see you here, my friend. Tonto Ted, who is himself a knockoff Motu figure, is throwing some. I think he wants to get in the cage of some of these figures. Jace asks, what is Glios? John, what is Glios? For those who don't know.
Glios is a joint system for many different companies. So Onel Design owns the Glios patent. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they allow many other companies to use that joint system. So say, Jay, you owned a company making action figures and I owned my own.
Yep.
And all the figures can just be pulled apart very easily. Well, I can put my head on your figure and you can put your arm on my figure because the joint system is exactly the same. So, I mean, there's the God Beast, if you want to check him out, Marty Hansen, he makes Kabuto Mushi figures. You can check out Battle Tribes, Warlords of War, Pat Bussey's Bio Monsters. There is a ton of figures out there. Just do hashtag Glios and look it up. Go to Onel Design, ONELL.com. And there's tons of them out there. They're awesome.
And it's been going for a while now. It's a brilliant idea to have a interchangeable. It's like if you have like on Motu Origins, that ability to kind of swap parts. The fact that it's a interchangeable system, so you can do it across all those different toy lines. It's a brilliant idea. And I love that it's still kicking, because it's been over a decade, right, since Glios first came around.
I think right now, I think it's officially 1 decade right now. I think they started in 2013, because prior to Onel Design, where Matt at Onel makes his figures, where it's his fade in, he's got hundreds now. Before that, he had a company called Beantown Toys, Coastal in Massachusetts, where he was making figures. And then he kind of patented that joint system and then worked with all these other companies that wanted to start making toys.
Yeah.
So it's just easy, I think, where like you could sculpt a figure, use that joint system, and then they're all interchangeable. It's crazy. And then if you like that Masters, that sort of classic 5.5-inch style body, Battle Tribes and Warlords of War make 3-inch versions of that style.
Yep.
And they're two different companies, but like you can pop a head off of one figure and put it on the other. Like there's no gluing or cutting. It's almost like Legos of action figures.
Exactly. It's really cool. And big fan of that here on this channel. Jason was Scott's just said Muscloids line will end next week. But anywho, but they look good. Too pricey for me, but if you're into them, go for them. Cone Killer Confuser, John bringing the education this episode. John is learned so well in all things action figures, not just accessories.
You want to know the history of a company? Come on, bring your questions.
I'm your guy. All right, John. Let's talk about the always the bridesmaid, never the bride of what was that Tuesday? Poor Star Wars team just they just got, I don't know, they just got
they just got the it's like they were doing their presentation on a stage and somebody just closed the curtains.
And the thing is, like, I think there are some solid reveals, a lot of repaints, which is kind of the deal now, but I mean they're okay reveals. But yeah, G.I. Joe just took him to school on G.I. Joe Day, no less. A lot of comments on the internet that day about it. Like they should have known better than to try to come out on G.I. Joe Day. But anything here, John, that kind of really stood out to you that you dug?
Nothing.
Nope. I dug the Captain Rex Rebel Commando. But again, you don't watch have you watched Clone Wars or Rebels or anything yet?
No. I got stuck on Rebels in the second season. I haven't gone back. I haven't watched I watched the first episode of Bad Batch. Nothing
that takes a while. That's the problem with Filoni animated series. They take a while.
Nothing grabs me where like I stay just into it. It's I don't know why. I like Star Wars.
No, it takes time because like Bad Batch, you know, I put it on as a background show. I was cleaning house or something, and it wasn't until like episode 7 or maybe it was, I don't know if it was that late, but then it finally picked up. Like, okay, this was great. And then season 2 had a couple great episodes, but then I had a couple just, you know, just episode 7 episodes. So it's tougher when it's not like banger after banger after banger, but when it hits, usually it hits so good. So it's hard on the animated side of things. Yeah, exactly. Like Bad Batch, like started out with some solid ones. And yeah, they've had 3 filler episodes. Just like, damn it, because it was going so hot. Like they had this Commander Cody episode that was amazing, and then they go to like 3 filler episodes. It's frustrating.
I'm with Nolan. The Biker Scout helmet. That's the one thing that I was excited for. The Biker Scout is my favorite.
Yep.
Trooper design. But when they showed the inside of the helmet, it looked a little boring. Like in my imagination, like there's all sorts of views and you know the screen is a little bit more in depth, but when they showed it, it's like, oh, it looks cool from the outside. And that's kind of it.
Yeah. So you're saying missed opportunity to make the inside cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super boring. It's just padding. I know what the inside of a helmet looks like.
Yep. Now I agree. Let's see. Slap that like people. Yes, please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Disney Plus had filler episodes. No. Ryan Dole says, "Is John planning to display it inside out?"
No. But when we pay like $120 for a helmet, like I expect it to have something else.
You see, John, this is a classic case of you being spoiled by your Ghostbusters HasLab Proton Pack.
Oh man, that thing is unbelievable. We don't deserve that for what we paid.
Nope. Agreed. It's glorious. It's just sitting there looking beautiful. But yeah. All right. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. Okay. Star Trek. Voyager, after TNG, Voyager was my favorite TV series. I would watch it. Was it UPN it was on when it was on TV? It was one of the channels I could get on my antenna TV growing up. So love Voyager. But I gotta say, and I know this is based off that other show. Where's the these figures look good, but I don't know. Has anybody seen this show, the Star Trek Prodigy?
Is it on, or is it like something upcoming?
I think it's on Paramount Plus, maybe. I haven't watched it if it is on there. But there was one picture, there it is. Of I guess it's a hologram Janeway. I guess she's not in person. But if I remember Captain Janeway, this figure seems super long and tall. I don't remember her being that tall in real life.
Okay, or is it just really, or are the limbs, the legs just too thin?
Yeah, it just doesn't look like her. Aside from the face looks okay. Okay, Prodigy is awesome. Perfect. Great. Then I need to watch it. But yeah, again, she seems one of my favorite captains of all time. I love Voyager. But this doesn't look like the body doesn't look like I used somebody else's body and like slapped a Janeway head on it.
Adam says she's in the style of the series, the animated series.
Fun fact: Kate Mulgrew is 6'10". Is she? She's seen like 5. Maybe I'm just misremembering. It's been a long time.
6'10".
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. She's the nanny on Muppet Babies. So I guess she's really tall in the show too. So that works. I guess it matches the animation. Fine, okay. Right. I thought she was smaller. But still, you don't want to cross her. She's a badass captain. Big fan. She's Prince size, and that's pretty small. Usually Prince would rock like, freaking jazz stiletto shoes and shit like that. 5'5". There you go. But still, they look really good. I haven't watched the show. I've seen trailers, so the images look pretty good to that style. And we're finally getting them. You can pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, as well as Entertainment Earth. And somebody asked, I think it was it Hung Wen, asked our Entertainment Earth discount code. You can go to ee.toys/geekdad or promo code geekdad for any in-stock purchase and get 10% off your order for any in-stock item. And if you spend over $39, you get free shipping on Entertainment Earth. You don't have to use the free shipping code. You get 10% off any in-stock item plus free shipping on any orders over $39 using ee.toys/geekdad, promo code geekdad. There's your EE plug of the day. The heck you guys got your own discount code? I need new friends. Oh man,
these are cool looking figures. Like if this wasn't like regardless of a series or anything, like if this just had a space pirates or anything, like these are just
yes,
cool looking figures.
yep, I agree. Yep, 100%. It's cool designs,
Definitely.
and the figures look good too. It's where does it go? Prince is the being I embody. It, don't we all? Don't we all? All right, John. Anything else that we're missing?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Couple quick Super 7 things. I did want to talk about these.
okay.
Let me go back to here. Let's go to Instagram. Super 7. They tease another glow in the dark figure. Glow in the dark Slash.
Slash. Yep.
You know, I like the idea of these colorways. If again it shows up on Entertainment Earth and I use promo code /GeekDad
Mm-hmm.
and it's in stock for $25 and get 10% off more off of it, then yeah, I probably would pick it up.
Yeah. This if you could get it for $20, it's worth it.
Yep.
But I'm not into this one. I think no. I don't think these figures merit a glow in the dark version. Like
every single one.
right. Like the turtles glowing in the dark. Why? You know?
Because
Well, we got the tooling for it. We might as well do it.
pretty much, right? Like that's how I'm seeing it.
I just not for
And
me.
and if enough people buy it, then it's a pretty easy, a revenue generator because people are going to spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I like Slash. I've liked the glow. I like the glow in the dark bad guys so far. I don't. I know some people love the glow in the dark turtles. To me, it seems too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
We need our HasLab talk. Is there a new HasLab that I don't know about?
I mean, I think we've all gotten our Sky Strikers.
Yeah, I just got home a couple hours ago. My next door neighbor picked mine up for me off my doorstep, so I don't have it yet, but I'll have it soon in my hand.
It is the not like the box that the Sky Striker comes in, but like just what kind of like the Proton pack, like
Mhm.
the packaging aside from like the trunk box and the floor that you sort of open up.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like the packaging alone is awesome.
Yep. Well, there's a HasLab Titan. We talked about the mail away Merc. Was that like 3 episodes, John?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, I always do United States. Why are we nothing there for Titan? Maybe they announced it. But yes, that we talked. Yeah, I think it was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, exactly. I'm not lasting much longer, Major. I promise. Yeah, I think tomorrow night is a Toy Anxiety Slimer contest results. No, I thought they already gave. Wait, I can't keep track of the giveaways. Then I'm gonna guess you're right. Atomic Tom. All I know is I'm excited for the Jeffries in 2 weeks.
Yep.
John and I will be doing something for it. I assume we've been. I know we've been asked. I don't know if I know what I'm doing yet.
No, he didn't say yet.
But we'll be there for something. Something will have us there in it for the Jeffries. And then just one other thing, real quick, John. A future J Problems coming fast for me.
Oh boy, the Thundertank.
People are getting their mail notices. I haven't gotten mine yet, thankfully. But soon, very soon, Thundertank will be headed my way.
Is future Jay regretting this purchase?
Oh yeah. Filled with regret. Was it Ken Watanabe's line in Inception? Just old man filled with regret. That's me. That's me. I mean, it may literally be a review it and then sell it. Because I don't know where I'm going to put it. Anyway, so that's coming soon for all of us. Whoever pre-ordered the damn thing. Yeah, exactly. Mega Jarrett. It's huge. Oh, I got you, fam.
That's what she said.
Oh, did you hit any toy stores in Germany?
I got to one, and I didn't get to the other one. There wasn't a lot of toy stores in Nuremberg, unfortunately. And the one I got to had no like vintage toys in it, unfortunately. But David, who invited me there, he found Snake Armor He-Man. And nice. I said, I haven't got Snake Armor He-Man yet. And he gave me his. I already have one ordered. So here, you can have this one. So he gifted me a Snake Armor He-Man.
Very nice.
Europe card, as it was found in Europe. In retail. So the figures are being sold in retail. Not as Mattel Classics or whatever the hell that was. All right, everybody. That is it. Megan J, are you here because you're like waiting for me to leave so you can start your live stream? If that's the case, once we go off the air, please head over to Mega J Retro's channel. The toy talk will continue. And then later on this week for the channel, so we're not doing it after dark for this episode, but we'll start again next Sunday. But Colleen and I, as well as David, I'll try and get David, maybe Robbie too, just people that were part of our Nuremberg adventure. We'll kind of share our story this week as like a Patreon stream. It won't be super late. I don't know. We'll find a time to do it this week. And then no Stump That John. We'll start with Stump That John next Sunday. We'll go back to our normally scheduled programming this coming Sunday. Kevin Herbert, new member. Welcome to the GDL family, Kevin.
I got family.
Scott asked what After Dark is.
Oh, Scott, After Dark. It's you've probably seen it before, but it is the Patreon exclusive after show of Sunday Night Toy Geeks. The last time we did it, I guess, John, you haven't done one in a while.
It's been a few weeks.
It's Dole was on the last one. We did toy lines we refused to collect, but it's less structured, no censors because it's exclusive to patrons. It's not a public show or anything, and it's a ton of fun. So any patron gets to be a part of it, and damn, like it's shocked me since the beginning how many people we have in it. It's just like the party continues. So if you enjoy being a part of this, consider contributing $5 or more a month on the Patreon to join us for GDL After Dark. But I am going to go stump that pillow. I am exhausted. I'm 25 hours straight right now. And yeah, 200 plus patrons. It's a hopping good time.
It is Super Bowl Sunday next week.
Oh,
but we never miss. We never miss it.
Yeah, we did it last time, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You might catch us a few drinks in already.
Maybe.
But yeah, we did do it last time.
Let's see. I know technology well. How does one become a GDL member? The GDL family is there's a little join button on the YouTube page. Hit join. It's 99 cents. You get the little thingy next to your name, and you get little emojis, just kind of cute little stuff like that. And then in Patreon, there's a link in the description. That takes you to like the next level, doing the after shows, the Discord. So Discord's amazing. Discord's gone beyond anything I could ever imagine. It's like those old school forums where you come and hang out and you talk toys and a bunch of other stuff. It's like this all the time. And hey, listen, if it's too much for you, that's totally fine. No pressure. We still have a lot of free fun right here on Geek Dad Life. All right. I'd rather watch. We'll be here. But anyway, Until then, we'll see you all next time. Hasta luego. And goodbye. Take care, everybody.